Expand your mind and enrich your world. It's time for another outstanding podcast from ICRT. This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
As of the end of 2014, some 23,000 Taiwanese young people were in Australia on a working visa, a program aimed primarily at boosting cultural exchange. But last week, revelations of widespread mistreatment emerged after an Australian television news report uncovered evidence of slave-like conditions experienced by many international workers, including Taiwanese. The abuse included underemployment, long hours and harsh conditions, and even instances of sexual assault. Taiwan International Working Holiday Association is a local group that advocates for these workers. James Chang is with the group, and he joins us now to explain what these workers have been facing and what action they're hoping to see from the government. James, thanks so much for joining us today.
Keith, thank you for having me here.
So first off, I really just want to help our listeners understand what we're talking about here. Now, some of the groups that have been watching this claim that these brokerage firms are attracting young people to fill illegal labor positions, so positions that shouldn't even be happening. But they're advertising themselves in kind of a misleading way. They're saying that they're study exchange programs, but when these students get there, it's very real. It's labor. It's a real job. It's real work. So it seems like part of the issue here is false advertising, really. So can you tell us a little bit about what's happening here?
Well, I didn't know how they get this job, so I couldn't answer your question. Did they misleading by the advertising or not? Or where did they get this job and how did they get this job? This is all the big question we need to find out and hope later on from the government and from other agencies. Well, according to the TV program, I saw it's pretty sad, and it's not only Taiwanese working holiday makers are victims, and many different nationalities all facing this kind of difficulties, and also just what Keith you said, that harassment and assault and inhuman way of that kind of working condition. I think we need to stop it, and we need to do it now, and before get many people, to be victim.
So some observers have been critical of Taiwan's government for what they say is that Taiwan's government is not doing enough to make sure that these workers are safe, that they understand their rights. So what steps would you like to see the government take?
I will suggest government to do three things. For example, one is before you go and after you arrive, orientation seminars, and hope the other side can create an orientation week. And this first of all. Second, I would suggest to create a handbook called Working Holiday Maker Handbooks, and to support them more information and more safer, materials. Third, I would like to ask our government to do the kind of diplomatic services. I knew so many countries that we don't have a official diplomatic relations, but we have a lot of local representative office there. So I think they could do so to invite open a welcome hand and as a orientation week. So if all the things can be done, I think our quality would be better.
You're saying more diplomatic services. You're saying Taiwan's representatives in other countries giving more support to these workers?
Both sides can do so. If over there, as a local government, they could do more. But
what kind of stuff do you think they should be doing?
Orientation week, like say hello. At least they don't feel somebody is caring them. And if they can do more, it's case by case. But at least whole the country and people are welcoming them. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing that kind of welcoming, because that will reduce the risk and then will be more official. Mm-hmm. And then I feel everybody happy.
Mm-hmm. If a Taiwanese worker is experiencing these kinds of conditions, what do you recommend? What should they do?
There are several ways. For example, you can call telephone to Fair Work, the office, FWO, is 131394. And you also can speak Chinese, and there will somebody will have a, there to help you. And the other, they also has got a interpreter line, is 131450. And also the immigration, that kind of protection area, is 131881. So something like this kind of information you can dial, and also you can write to their immigration area. So yeah, you can try this way to get your ride back. Yeah, some of them, they couldn't get the money back. Or at the moment, I think Australian government try to involve to see their paycheck. The paycheck can find out did you get the right money according to this paper. So it's everything written down there. So they can tracing up, who is legal or who is illegal. So I think this is because, fortunately, at the moment from that the TV program show that almost Taiwanese working hard makers are legal. So they are be protected.
Right.
So congratulations to them. Even they are at the moment be treated badly or unfairly, but the government will get their right back.
Right. So if they're in a legal position, then they don't need to be afraid of getting kicked out of the country. They can get this help.
Yes.
And so are you saying that with this kind of protection, with this kind of support, you think that that's enough for Taiwanese workers to be protected from the kind of abuse that we learned about?
Of course, it would be a kind of risk management resources. The other hand, we really encourage every single young person. Before you go there, you in Taiwan, you should get some professional licenses to help you to get a more better pay jobs. Something like you can hold a chef license. You can work at a hotel. And then it's also kind of a very good experience for you to see the world. And something like a hairdresser license or even basically driver license. You can be a very good chance to get a good job too.
So you're saying that if people get credentials and licenses before they go, then they will be able to find jobs that aren't quite as difficult.
It will be easier. And also, of course, the English. You need to get basic conversational skills to be able to get your job easier.
So you're saying that these are the kind of resources that would help them have a better experience while they're in this program.
So. Yeah.
We've been speaking to the president of the Taiwan International Working Holiday Association, James Chang. James, thanks so much for speaking with us today.
No worries, Keith. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.